Hey, welcome to the Tech Tool tutorial on the Merlin Bird ID free smartphone app from the Cornell Lab of Ornithology. For this video, I'm going to be sharing my smartphone screen and really walking you through step by step how to use this app to start your bird watching journey and your bird identification reporting journey this month for the Great Backyard Bird Count, but also just in general. We hope you find it helpful to use in your homeschooling journey, and let's get started.
All right, so let's learn how to use the Merlin Bird ID app. First, you'll need to go and download it from your app store. Once you have it downloaded, go to Settings and set up your account. After you've set up your account, you're going to download a bird pack for the location that you're going to be birding at. So click on Bird Packs and then select the one that's relevant to your location. I've installed the US Northeast, but you can look for recommended bird packs or look at all of the bird packs for the entire globe. After you've selected your bird pack, only select one if you can help it because they do take up a lot of memory. Then we're going to learn how to identify each kind of bird ID. Merlin Bird ID lets you identify by sound, by step-by-step ID, or by photo ID. If you want to identify by sound ID, click on Sound ID, and then you'll see the app listening for the birds that you are hearing, and it will populate a list of the potential birds. You can click on each of the birds in the list to further identify if that's the one that you're hearing. After you've recorded a sound ID, it is all stored down here on the My Sound recordings if you wanted to reference them at a later date. The most prevalent way of identifying birds with Merlin Bird ID, I think, is step-by-step ID. To do that, you'll click on step-by-step ID and tell them where you saw the bird, when you saw the bird, and what size the bird was, ranging from sparrow to goose or larger. Next, you'll select the colors of the bird, and you'll select where you saw it. It creates a list of possible birds based on the information you've given it, and you can scroll through and identify the bird that you have seen. It gives you some options what to do if you can't find your bird. And if you would like a bigger picture and more detail on your scrolling list, you can go this way. This is a great view for younger learners, I think. I happen to know that it's the Carolina wren. It'll let you choose your location, and then you save it, and that is the sighting saved. Okay. The last way you can identify birds with Merlin Bird ID is using a photo. So if you're lucky enough to get a photo of a bird and you don't know what it is, you can either take a photo of the bird with the app, or you can choose a photo from your photo roll. And I'm just going to choose a photo that I have on my roll. You'll be able to zoom it in or zoom it out so that Merlin Bird ID can see your bird fully. Then click Next, and then confirm the location and date, and it'll bring up a list of potential birds. You can use this list to make sure you are verifying the one that you've seen. I'll click This is my bird, click Next, confirm the sighting, and then the sighting is saved. So that's all the information you need to identify birds. But the last thing I do want to tell you is how to generate a list of birds that you can, quote, study if you are wanting to learn more about birds when you're not out in the field. And to do that, you click on the Explore button. And then you're going to see a list of likely birds for a certain date. And we can modify this by clicking on the slider bars in the upper right-hand corner. We can modify it by location and date. So I'm currently in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and my date is during the Great Backyard Bird Count, which is February 17th. But you'll note on this screen that we can either do a specific date, we can do a year-round list, or we can do a list for today. So this is really handy to modify it based on how you're going to use the list. So for now, we'll leave it on a specific date of February 17th. And it will ask you a couple questions. I suggest you leave it at most likely because then it'll sort the list from most likely to see to least likely to see. And it's quite a robust list. So if you scroll down, you'll see all these lists, all these birds. They go from most common to least common, and then you'll start to see these orange and red dots next to the bird's name. And these basically mean, the red means rare, so this is a rare bird sighting for that area on that day, and the orange is uncommon. So I suggest, if you are creating a list, a written list, or if you're trying to hone things to determine which bird you're seeing, just stick to the most likely birds, because that's probably what you're looking at. So that's it. That's how you get started with Merlin Bird ID app. It's a really handy tool, and I hope you find it valuable this month as you go out and identify birds.